Hello again. Welcome to AirJobBoss. This is AirJobBoss TV, and today we're going to go over another general aviation, general airline topic, and that is crew resource management. What is crew resource management, and why is it important during your interview process? Now, if you come from a background, particularly military or any other time when you're a single pilot operation, many of the fighter guys are single pilot operations. So crew resource management is a little bit vague if you haven't actually been a member of a normal, or rather not a normal. There are no normal airlines, but a airline that has multi-crew. Now, if you come from a military branch or a job that you already have multi-crew, you're a little bit more keen on CRM, but really CRM is incorporated into Part 135 and 121 airlines. Is basically mandatory that they have classes and instruct their pilots on crew resource management. So what is CRM and crew resource management? In a nutshell, it is making decisions about flying the aircraft actively all the time by getting as much information from as many sources as possible until you can make a good decision on the course of action to follow. And always updating with those sources of information and making a cooperative decision through all this information to set the plane in a position where it is the most safe from point A to point B. Now, during difficulties, abnormal situations, CRM becomes much more important. So the airline at their interview will be asking you questions on, tell me a time when you have failed as a leader. Tell me a time when you have done well as a leader. Tell me about the worst flight you ever had. Tell me about the best captain you've ever known. These are questions about CRM. You've got to understand something. They are listening for things that they have been studying for years at their company about CRM. These studies, this body of knowledge is deep. It has been running through the NTSB, the FAA, line-operated safety audits, unions, private. Everybody has been studying this for decades, and it is a very detailed. These books back here, all written, 100 books on CRM, but you don't need to know everything. You just need to know what they're going to ask you and how you're going to incorporate the answer into a CRM-based process. For example, tell me about the pilot you most admire. Well, you could say, well, they're a very good aviator. They had a really distinguished career. They're always properly dressed. They're well-spoken. They earn a lot of money. Everybody I know says they're the best aviator. Really, you want to tell them what the qualities are that they have that are CRM oriented. Well, I like this pilot the most because I feel that they're a very safe pilot. I think that they have very good communication and interpersonal skills, which I believe is the foundation of safety. I think that they always adhere to standard operating procedures, which is the foundation of operating the plane in a safe manner. They also have an ability to monitor other people's process, taking information from ATC, from the first officer. They're willing to listen to the flight attendants, and I think that that's very important in air aviation today, because being a single pilot on a single mission is not something we do here. We actually have to gather a lot of information that takes really good communication skills and understanding what resources available. For example, they were flying from point A to point B the other day, and they had a medical emergency on board. And for me, that would be serious. I would think, oh my gosh, I've got to land right away. I've got to get on the ground. But the pilot was explaining to me that what they did is they contacted the flight attendant and they had him fill out what apparently is a medical service form, which actually gets all the information from that passenger, their age, their seat number, their name, are they traveling with someone, and that was delivered to the cockpit. Now the captain gave the FO, the airplane, to control an ATC so they could then call company, and there was actually a physician on call in dispatch, and they were discussing more about it. Flight attendant said, hey, shall we ask for a doctor on board? And the captain said, yeah, please ask if there's any doctor on board. So they brought FAA in, the flight attendant in. They had a doctor on board. The first officer had the airplane ATC communication. The captain was on call to a physician. It's really amazing when you see a professional work at that level, incorporating all these outside information sources to come upon the best course of action. And it was decided that a diversion was going to be made a landing was going to be made, and the captain then asked the dispatcher, where is the best airport in close proximity, and they chose an airport that had a very good hospital for that particular illness that they thought the passenger was studying. Now, if the captain would have gone to some airport that didn't even have a hospital nearby, what good would that have done? But the people that they worked with were able to really come up with the best possible outcome. And to me, that is the best pilot. Somebody who works together with other people and is constantly trying to get a safer outcome and a better quality to the passengers we serve. Yeah. So if you see how the interviewer would go, this is the type of person we need. This is the type of person. If they admire that, if that's the type of captain they admire, this is the type of captain they're going to strive to be. And it's all about crew resource management, because through higher levels of crew resource management technique, it is proven that airlines are safer, more efficient, and deliver higher quality customer service. So that's it today. That's CRM. Now, if you have a major airline interview coming up and and particularly if you're coming from a military background or you have never worked in an airline before, and this is a major airline interview, I highly suggest you get preparation for this from a professional outfit. And guess what? AirJobBoss does that. You can find out more by clicking the link below at airjobboss.com, or you can email me with any question you have at info@airjobboss.com. I'd love to help you get this job. These jobs are worth an incredible amount of money. It's highly rewarding. Your life will be changed by achieving a job at a major airline, and you may only have one opportunity to interview at your favorite major airline. So that's it for today. Contact me if you need help. We'll see you again. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again on AirJobBoss TV.